the new Camaro SS. Now this is a good looking car. This looks just like the LT1 that was outside that people were getting to drive that I sadly did not get to because they had to shut it down early. Now this one's $51,000. See if we can get the specs. It's got the 6.2 liter V8 just like the LT1. 10-speed automatic. Now the LT1 had 455 horsepower. This one probably a little bit lower. I love the new taillight design, the smoky clears, and then the LEDs light up the colors. That's a big door. The ambient lighting strip in the trim there. Let's sit down in this thing. We'll have a square start-stop button, not exactly common on cars, but you get more ambient lighting around the screen. Down here in the cup holder. So it's really good, and I love these, and they put these in the new Blazer too, which was a really nice touch. These are your climate control vents, and the ring around them is how you adjust the temperature. So you have your blue and red arrow. These rings are the temperature control knobs. That's a really cool touch. That's one of my favorite things about the new Camaro and Blazer is that touch right there. Super, super cool. We do have the automatic transmission. They are available with a manual. This is the automatic, the 10-speed that was co-developed with Ford and Chevy. From what I hear, a great transmission. It's in a lot of Chevy and Ford. Alright, changed the battery in the camera and moving on. I wish they had that a 2020 C8 Corvette had been brought out here, but it was not, so I'll have to settle with the Grand Sport C7. This thing is sweet. And they brought the automatic version. They keep doing that. Very, very nice car. Love that. Under this hood, you've got a 6.2 liter V8 LT1. 460 horsepower, 465 pound-feet of torque. And you know this thing is a screamer. I'm going to climb in the Grand Sport. Let's see how that goes. Because I am not a small person. Okay. It's a challenge, but I'm in. Whew, okay. See, that doesn't do anything. I love this. You got the big screen here. It's got your speed in the middle. Might be your tack. You can't see it though. Big infotainment screen in the middle, and it rolls down for storage and USB charging. That's really cool. Push the button and the screen comes right back up. That's what would have been my favorite feature of the C7 Corvette, that behind screen storage. We do have the automatic transmission. I'm sure you can get a manual, but this is the automatic. I can only imagine how quick this thing is. You got nice, thin, very supportive bucket seats. I feel them very, very well. Now I have to unfold myself out of this thing. Look at this 2020 Escalade, Cadillac Escalade. This thing is a beast. Let's see if there's a price on this window sticker. I'm gonna have to pick that thing up in a minute. I'll walk around this thing. I mean, this is massive. I mean, it's pretty much a Tahoe Suburban, but it's an Escalade. I've always loved these just big, tall LED light strips. So Cadillac, so beyond Cadillac. I really love the look of those. Come in here, we get a little storage. A little bit. You have to put down the third row to get ample storage, really. So let's go ahead and put down one of these seats. Maybe. I don't know if it will or not. Oh, maybe I push that button. There we go. So you have to put the seats down to get ample storage. Oh, and you hold the button to drop them. Oh yeah.
You just pull something.
These buttons right here.
So you urge you have to work together.
And then from right here you can release and drop the second row. You got to put them back up manually, but you can just drop the second row seats.
Well, that is neat. That's a good option.
That's really nice to have, especially in a big vehicle like this. Alright, let's get in the interior. Yeah, somebody was coming up behind me just a minute ago asking about those seats she saw me fold down. So, we jump in here and we'll get our full digital gauge cluster up here again. There it is, fully digital, like most cars are going to. Big infotainment screen with, I think they're capacitive touch. Yeah, they're all capacitive touch buttons. Okay, now it'll power on. So it is all capacitive touch. And let's turn that down. How does that work? Okay, that's cool. See how responsive this touchscreen is. It is not bad, really. It's pretty quick. I can't really complain about how responsive that is. Like I said, you have all your capacitive touch, and that's a slider. And it's not, it doesn't tap. You slide the volume up and down. That's really cool. The home button here, your capacitive touch for your climate controls. This is really nice. I like this thing. Let's pull that window sticker down off the dash and see what it says. I do not see it. It's the whole options list. I may have to look this up. So our performance specs are on here though. It has a 6.2 liter V8 engine. It does not, there it is, 10-speed automatic, that co-developed transmission. It does not give me a price tag on this thing. One moment. Alright, so I just looked it up, and we have a starting price of $75,000. So if you get this thing as bare bones as it gets, $75,000. Let's see, it looks like we can get it up to $95,000, and I don't even know if that's all the options. You can option one of these things to $100,000 or more for a Cadillac Escalade. And that is a nice vehicle though. Now here's an incredible piece of machinery. Here we have a 2019, at least that's what the window sticker says, 2019 Mercedes-AMG GT 53 four-door, a four-door AMG GT. So you've always had the AMG GTs in the coupes here. This one's a GTR, but this is the four-door. So what we have here is, we have a turbocharged V8 engine, right? See here, no, actually this is the 53. See, a lot to learn about cars, everybody remember that. This one is the 3.0 liter inline turbo 6 that has 429 horsepower and 384 pound-foot of torque out of a 6-cylinder engine. As stickered, this one is $129,000. And just look at this. Now you can get the bi-turbo V8 with even more power. But man, this is one of the sexiest sedans I've ever seen. It's the first one I've ever seen in person. I'm going to hop inside this thing.
That one's the best car here.
I love this. There we go. Alright, now, one, I love this red and black interior. I think this looks really nice. This is a really good looking interior. Here you have the dual 8-point, I'm going to say 4-inch screens. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm going to see if I can at least get them to light up, which I probably can't.
My middle name, Sarah.
But this is really cool. So you get a full digital gauge cluster here, ultra configurable, your full digital infotainment touchscreen here. You have your touchpad to also to control it. Your capacitive touch buttons up here, your touch trackpad. These blanks here are actually not blanks. These are little displays, sort of. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken now, it's been a while since I watched a review, but I believe their functions change depending on your drive modes and what you do to select. But what's really cool, you turn the car off, they go blank. It's this clean look. It really looks good. Here's your automatic shifter. Electronic, of course, it's right here. Most of them are up here. This is one a little back here, so you can kind of relax your arm and just, pop it into gear. Very, very nice car. I love these climate control vents up here. They just look so cool. Very, very nice. Open our glove box. Even that's a nice experience. Burmester, I believe, is the audio system in these things. Once again, lots to learn about cars. I love these right here. These little bitty track pads, like on the later model. If anybody remembers the later model Motorola Blackberries before they were discontinued, they had these instead of the trackball. It's the same technology. It's a button as well. It's made for navigating. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this side is for navigating this screen here, and this side is for navigating this one. Really, really cool. You got your paddle shifters. I'm blown away that I'm even sitting in one of these. This is really cool, but I can't afford one of these. Not even close. And now I have to get out. Of course, in a car like this, even the back seats are really nice. Look back here, you've got more climate control vents. You got a you got 3 top-mounted speakers for the sound system. This rollback cover gives you cup holders that are cooled, I do believe, with this button here. How cool is that? Push this button, they open up to a nice center console. So you have 4 nicely bolstered bucket seats in this car. This is incredible. I love these speaker grills. These seats are so nice. These are heated seat controls for the back. That is just something. This I can't even afford to dream about having, let alone actually buy. I love this. Here's a new 2020 Hyundai Sonata. Not exactly a car that I want to make a big point of covering. However, I wanted to talk about these. These are your DRLs now. I'm wanting, yeah, they do. Okay, these running lights, they start here, they run all the way up to this point right here up the hood. A lot of people think it looks weird. I think it looks kind of cool. They're starting to go all Lexus on us with the big scowling grill, but it's really neat. I'm not certain about this color. It's okay, but I probably wouldn't choose it if I was buying one. I wonder what it's called. It's called glowing yellow. So this is glowing yellow, and does it ever. So again, we continue the trend of light bars on the back of cars. That looks really good, I think. That's a really nice looking touch. Let's jump inside. See the engine in this thing while we're going over here. Oh, well, lovely. It gives me the model number for the engine. Doesn't tell me what's in it. I know it's a 4-cylinder. Right around 190 horsepower, I think. I literally just watched Doug DeMuro's review on this, so I ought to know. Now we have a full digital gauge cluster again. Nicely sized infotainment screen. Yes, I'm going to always try to turn something on. Let's see. Let's get some more light in here. There's just simply not enough. Now here we have the automatic transmission controls. And yes, they are buttons. So you have park, reverse, neutral, drive. Drive mode selector is this toggle here. Auto hold, so you can sit at a red light up for a long time and take your foot off the brake. These climate controls, they're not bad to handle. They're pretty nice. They're not, of course, not highest end stuff. It's not a high-end car. This, I believe, is a wireless charging pad. So we just set the phone there. Car's not on, so it's not going to charge my phone. But it does have wireless charging, it appears. And you got a okay glove box. Otherwise, really nothing more that interesting. Obviously I can't do comprehensive reviews because, well, I'm at a car show. But it's a pretty nice car. If I was in the market for one, I might consider it. Just not in glowing yellow. It'd have to be something else. But for anyone who is interested, they're not all that expensive. This one, as optioned, so here's MSRP $27,000, so $29,000 is optioned. They're not all that expensive, and they're pretty nice. Okay, let's stop looking at new cars for a second. Let's go look at some cool stuff. Check it, check it, check it. Wish I remembered the year on this. I saw it online, and I done forgot. But check out this Super Bee. God, that is something. Got the multi-lever shifters in there. Man, that is crazy. You know this thing's supposed to drag. Love the artwork on the back. That's really nice. Love that artwork on the trunk. I've been trying to recall the information on this thing on my phone, but I just cannot get anything to pull up in here. But I mean, look at the size of this supercharger, these intakes, a 505 V8. I mean, that is just incredible. This thing is an absolute beast. So what it is a 1970 Dodge Super Bee. So I was right, and I love the Super Bee graphic right over the rear wheel. That's really nice. This thing's just made to ram as much air into the engine as possible. I'm digging this. This Ferrari 488 Pista. Now, this thing's beautiful. I want to say it's the one that saw Cars and Coffee, but I'm not really sure. Let's go. Let's walk around it. Oh, we got people taking pictures. So yeah, absolutely love these cars. And one of the touches of the Pista, you'll notice this big opening down here in the nose. That's for air to come up underneath and rush up over the car, putting downforce on the front of the car. And then of course you get the wing in the back and the ducting right here to make the air pass underneath here and put the downforce on the back end of the car. And I'm pretty sure I have seen this one before. There's that Pista plate, which looks like a novelty, but still, it's not a very intensity plate, I don't think. But I've seen that plate before. I'm pretty sure this is the same car. This thing is just glorious. See if we can stick the camera over real quick and get a look inside the engine bay. Man, that is something. That is sexy. If we can get any kind of glimpse of the interior. A lot of reflections, but there you go, the best I can get you. These big carbon ceramic brakes down here. It's not only made to go, it is also made to stop. Here we have a Lamborghini Aventador SV. And give me a second because I'm reading the spec list on this thing, and this thing is insane. So what we have here is a V12, and I'll get to what size that V12 is in a second. 740 horsepower is what I'm finding out of this thing. A 0 to 60 time of 2.8 seconds and a top speed of around 217. The engine in question being a 6.5 liter V12. Man, that is just insane power. And look at the spec on this car. Now, I had the starting price. I'm going to go try to find that while I walk around the car real quick because I just had it in my hand. So if what I'm finding is right, a starting price of $493,000. This is almost a $500,000 car, and I'm sure you can option it well over $500,000. And just look at how mean this thing is. I love that front end styling. It's ready to attack whatever's in front of it. These black wheels look so good against this yellow paint with the black SV logo. We get into look at the interior. You can see the Y shape on the seats, the contrast stitching. That is just gorgeous. I have to be very careful not to touch this car with anything. Here's the big intake vents everywhere. Big ones there. Got some for brake cooling, I'm sure. The engine cover is a little interesting. Let's go around. Let's first look at this. I don't know if this thing passed me on the interstate or not. I had one pass me a couple months ago. It's from here in Tennessee, though. Love the styling on this thing. You got your taillights in this triple Y-shaped pattern here. Super, super cool. Here's the engine cover. You can't see a lot because of this design, but you could definitely see the inboard suspension right there. That's really cool. Your engine is actually up here. Mid-engine, of course, it's up here. And then back here's your inboard suspension. Man, that is... God, that is just sexy. No way I could ever have one of these. Not unless I really, really take off on this YouTube thing. Hey everybody, help me get one of these. Check the Cadillac CTSV Wagon. I know not everybody's a wagon person, but when it comes to stuff like this, I am a wagon person. This thing is sweet. Now these are not cars that are actually part of the show that you can get in and sit in and stuff. These are displays for other companies selling products. This is for a protective coating business. But let's see if there's anything on this paper down here we can look at. Okay, so we have 6.2 liter supercharged V8, 6-speed automatic, 600 wheel horsepower, 15 psi. I guess it's 15 pounds of boost is what that says. Yeah, it's ceramic coated, so that's what this is. This is a company that does ceramic coating. These are a couple of display cars they've got out, and man, they just look really, really good. This CTSV is sexy, dude. This is how you turn somebody into a wagon person. I love this. Wish I could drive it. I said that about a lot of things, don't I? You know that Honda S2000 wrapped in that lime green color with the black wheels? Looks pretty cool. Love the little Honda van that's their promotional vehicle. I think this company comes out here every year. But here they have it wrapped in this neat wrap. I love this little thing. I love they display how small it is by putting it in the back of this Super Duty Ford. Oh, and I guess it's been wrapped in their color changing wrap too. Look at this. As the camera shifts, you see the color shift. I'm hoping to show it up on camera because it's really, really cool. And they've done that for the top and bottom and left the white in the middle. That's really neat. I like that. Still dig the little bitty Honda van, right-hand drive. That thing's cool, and it's just so small. I like this here. They're set up and actively wrapping this Audi S5. I guess to display how it's done, see it in action. Got it all maxed off.
What's up, buddy?
So man, it's really cool to actually be able to stand here and watch them do this. That's awesome. And look at this crazy wrap on this. I believe, I'm going to say RX-7. I'll say it a million times. A lot to learn about cars. Right-hand drive. Kind of like that wrap. Well, I really like this Porsche. This is the new 992 generation 911 Carrera. It's a brand new car. This thing looks good, son. Here's the new Mazda MX5, or Miata, as it's been known as throughout history. So what are we packing here? 2-liter 4-cylinder, 6-speed, sport mode automatic, 181 horsepower, rear-wheel drive, 17-inch wheels. This is a good looking little car. This is probably the best looking Miata that's ever been made. Or sorry, MX5. Question is, can I get in this thing? Well, let me just point it right now. I love this red color. I don't know how well it's coming through on camera, but to see it in person, this is a really, really nice color. And I love how you get the top of the door panels matched to the outside color. Anyway, let's see if I can get in this thing. Oh, okay. Heck, that was easier than the Grand Sport Corvette. Okay, look here again. You got your big center tack, and once again we're going to turn the light on to make sure we can actually see in here. Got your big center tack in the middle, as a race car should have. Speed over there, and your digital screen over here. We're gonna hit the start button and see what happens. Yeah, it's gonna say that. Figured it would. Knew it would. Tried it anyway. Get a little touchscreen infotainment up here, a little bitty thing that sticks up from the dash. I never understood these, but it does. Here's your 6-speed automatic transmission lever. These are available in a manual, which is the obvious choice, but this does have it. This appears to be your radio controls, so okay, they're all down here. That's kind of cool. Here's your drive mode selector. Otherwise, pretty bare bones car. If we turn around, and I think, I don't know, but I think this might be half 124 Spider, because here's the same horrendous cup holder setup. Back here we have the same storage bin, just about. I wonder about behind the seats. But before I go behind the seats, check this out. Look at this center storage console that my phone is too big to fit in. You might get a credit card in there. The answer to, is there anything behind the seats? No. Not that I can see. I did the driver's seat. I'm not going over there. But this color is, I love this color with those wheels against it. If I could have one of these, I probably would get it in this color. This is really nice. Price on this, MSRP $34. This one's at $36,000. It's pretty. And I can fit in it. Here you go, little brother. Here is the new WRX STI from Subaru. See what we're rocking here, if it'll even tell me. Probably the same as everything else. Here we go. 2.5 liter turbo engine, 6-speed manual trans. And I can't get into it. Okay, that's nice. But look inside. Here's your 6-speed manual shifter. This thing, I like it. I like the way it looks. My brother's got a 05. Wonder if he'd like this. Probably. So once again, under the hood are 2.5 liter 4-cylinder, the boxer engine, as always in Subarus. 310 horsepower in a 3,500 pound car. I'm seeing an MSRP of $41,000 on here, but this one is often as $38,900, almost $39,000. I don't know, he might like the car, but probably not the price. I think it's super nice though. The styling is nice. I really like the styling, it's sweet. Here behind the ropes, which means I won't be able to get anywhere near it, or at least not behind them, the new Audi e-tron electric SUV. I'll see what I can see on the sticker. Looks like a price tag of $82,000. This is a full electric SUV. This thing is nice, but it is not cheap. So what you got from a specification standpoint is 400 horsepower, electrically powered, 200 miles of range, and this is all base figures. Beginning MSRP of $74,008. This thing weighs 5,700 pounds. It is not light, but man, it's really cool, and I think it looks good too. I don't know how people will feel about it. I mean, it kind of looks okay. It kind of looks like most of the other SUVs, but it has touches to make it look really, really good. Electrics are so nice. Now here's the Tesla Model 3. I guess the Model Y hasn't come out yet. Here's the Model 3. I like these too. I got to ride in one last year. They had to shut it down before we could, too soon for us to be able to drive them, so they packed us in and drove us around in one. It was pretty sweet. The acceleration is really nice. These things are... Look at the section of reliability. Look at all the Toyotas. They're all very nice. I like them. However, the one I like the most is over here in black. We'll check this thing out. I'm not going to walk fast though. So what we got here, the new Toyota Tundra TRD Pro. Man, this one as spec'd $55,000. They call this Midnight Black Metal. This is a really nice black color. See if I can find any mechanicals. We have our 5.7 liter V8 with 381 horsepower, 401 pound-feet of torque. 6-speed automatic transmission with sequential shift. Oh, mama. If I could afford a brand new full size, I would buy these. This thing is sweet. And it's a climb, but I'm willing to deal with that. Look at that. They removed the shift knob so no one would steal it. So the reason I like these, besides the big V8 and the Toyota reliability, these things are comfortable, man. I'm sitting in this seat, and it's just nice to sit in. And this TRD Pro has nice touches. So you see the embroidered TRD Pro here, the red contrast stitching on the seats. Super, super nice. You get cup holders aplenty, and you get this massive, and I do mean massive, center console. We'll shine some light down here. It's just a big void. And you get a charging port in there, like a power outlet. Up here now, you do get a couple USB. I believe they're traditional. Let's find out real quick. I'll put my phone down. I know it's terrible camera work today, but that's just what I have to work with. So yeah, traditional USBs, 2 of them. The knobs are actually a bit smaller than they were in the first of these modern generation from like 2011 and whatnot, Tundras. And these things are sweet, and it's so comfortable. Now let's go to the back, because this is the TRD Pro, and it is the Crew Max with the big back doors. And you open this up, and I mean, there is just room in here for days. I mean, look at this. This is, I was comfortable in that seat up there, and now I'm in this seat back here, and there's just so much space back here. You don't get a lot of amenities. It's not a high-end vehicle, although it has a nice price tag. You get a charge port and some vents. You get some cup holders over there. And let's pull this down, and you get 2 more cup holders. Not a lot of amenities back here, but it is super spacious. And I love the way these things look. This TRD Pro has these nice TRD wheels on it. I love the way these look with those red shocks right there. We rock around. This is black on black. This thing looks clean, son. Go in the back here. It's already got a bed liner in it. Of course, in Toyota style, you get the roll down rear window. You can get black badging on this one. That is super cool. Black everywhere. This thing looks mean. I love this truck. Okay, that's enough gushing. Here, a Toyota Camry with a wing. It's a TRD. This is a factory performance Camry. Let's check the sticker on this thing. We got a 3.5 liter V6 engine with 301 horsepower. 8-speed automatic transmission with paddle shifters. Open the door here. And to start, look at these seats. These are really nice looking seats. Sit down in here. It's a pretty nice interior. You got a lot of black, somewhat glittery piano black plastic, but is what it is. Your automatic shifter here with your sport mode. This is a really nice looking car, dude. I'll bet you this thing is fast. Starting at $24,000 as optioned $33,000 for your Toyota sedan. And this will be the last one since they're going to kick everybody out soon. Here's the Toyota that everyone does not want to claim as a Toyota because it's really just the BMW reskinned. So you have the 3-liter inline turbo 6-cylinder from BMW, 8-speed automatic, 335 horsepower. Yes, this thing has a lot of BMW in it. But I gotta say, these things are nice. They're really nice looking. I love these taillight designs. Very, very unique. I've heard other YouTubers comment on the fake vents, the abundance of fake vents, and they look good visually, but yeah, it's kind of a shame there's so many fake vents on the car. And even on the front where the engine is, there's a bunch of fake vents. I'll go ahead and jump inside it real quick before we leave. See if I can get this thing back any further. Nope. So this is going to be interesting. I don't think this is going to work out. I can't fit in this thing. Alright, I cannot fit in this car at all. Like it's the only car I could not fit in today. But there's your interior. You see the automatic shifter, again, very BMW. There's a lot of BMW stuff in here. But these things are really, really nice. They're fairly expensive. I saw one YouTuber buy one for about $90,000. Stickers over here. The front end shot. So you have a starting price of $50,000. This one has option $57,000. And you can just keep going from there. Very nice car. And I gotta say, I really do like these wheels. I like what they did there. Those are really sweet. But I can't fit in it. So, yeah. Alright, it's 7 o'clock. Show's over for the day. But it's the only day I'm coming, so it's over for me. Anyways, once again, everybody, excuse the poor camera work. If you hated it, I'm sorry. If you loved it, thank you for the low expectations. Anyways, I hope you did enjoy the video, saw some cars you liked, found out some things about them, as much as I was able to give you anyway. I hope you really enjoyed going along with me on this experience. If you did, if you want to see more from me on this channel, make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell so you'll know when I put a video up again. Also follow me on Instagram and Facebook at that car vlog channel. Occasionally I actually do put something up there, and I would like to try posting things more often, so we'll see how that goes. Also, as always, I'm always looking for cars to drive and review on the channel. Obviously, limited supply at my household, so if anybody out there that lives in a reasonable distance from the Knoxville, Tennessee area has a car that you'd be willing to let me drive and review on the channel, hit me up. Let me know, Facebook and Instagram. Send me a message. As always, I will drop a link down below to a list of cars I would be interested in driving and reviewing. Some of them may obviously be a bit more ambitious than others, as in, probably no chance, but they're on there anyway. But whatever you send, I'll definitely consider it. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Y'all have a good one. Oh, and check it out. There's the sun sphere lit up at night now. That's cool. All the lights in the emergency stairwells are lit up like they're probably supposed to be. And then look, you can see all the lights in the multiple decks up there. One of those, I think the one closer to the bottom is the observation deck. And there's one higher, I think there's a lounge or something up there, I'm not really sure. But how cool does that thing look lit up at night? That is so cool. Okay, we out.